I think that, in my honest opinion, Belal Muhammad wins this fight off a decision, but I think that he wins each and every single round. Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be reacting to some Belal Muhammad sparring footage. As we know, he is going to be competing this weekend against Della Maddalena. Now, I will say this. I want Della Maddalena to win. But if I was just speaking facts to you, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you guys could go ahead and disagree with me down in the comments. Let me know your predictions for this fight. But I honestly really do believe like Belal Muhammad probably wins this fight. I do think that he will get another title defense. As much as I want JDM to win, I think Belal Muhammad gets it done. In my honest opinion. But we're going to go ahead and react to some sparring footage. And then at the end of this video, I will give my thoughts about the entirety of this matchup and why I think that Belal Muhammad gets a title defense. But let's go ahead and react to this very, very quickly. Okay, some good sparring there. And that's what we know about Belal Muhammad, is that he will try to stand there and spar with you and then eventually try to go for a takedown for some wrestling. And Belal Muhammad in his last fight against Leon Edwards really did impress me. You know, I think that a lot of people weren't expecting Belal Muhammad to fight Leon Edwards the way that he did, and just dominate him in the striking and in the grappling.
Good morning. I did 800 meters in the morning, like 9 a.m. So came back here because I knew it was gonna be hard. That was too quick.
Alright, some striking there, some takedowns. That's what I honestly do expect to see this Saturday. And you see how like they're practicing right here by the fence? It's because they're looking for these positions. They're looking to get JDM into the fence. That's what I think. Because that's how he fought Leon Edwards. I think that he's going to try to look for those same positions against Della Maddalena, just to back him up to the fence. Because that's where they train for. That's what they train for, to back up their opponent. All right, so this next training footage is very interesting. This is Belal Muhammad training at Javier Mendes gym. Let's go ahead and watch this clip. Look at that. Belal Muhammad always threatening for that takedown. I wonder if JDM is prepared for those looks, because Belal Muhammad is showing it in this sparring clip. Switching stances. I mean, Belal Muhammad really, in my honest opinion, doesn't have the most defensively responsible base. I think that he's not that hard to hit. It's just that Belal Muhammad knows how to create momentum to look for the shots that he wants. That's something that Belal Muhammad is really good at, and I will give him credit for it. Momentum, that's like the name of the game in MMA. Especially for grapplers and wrestlers, like if they create momentums to look for the positions they want, the meta has always and will be grappling, you know, in order to win, especially in this rule set that we have right now in MMA. I think that Belal Muhammad's base is really going to be the reason why he beats Della Maddalena. Now, it's pretty simple why I think Belal Muhammad is going to win. We are in the wrestling and grappling meta in this current modern age of MMA. And for that reason, I really do think that Belal Muhammad is just really good at creating situations for himself, especially, you know, mixing up, you know, the very surprising abilities of his striking with his grappling and wrestling, you know, and also training over at AKA, in my opinion, ever since he started training with Khabib, you know, Islam, and just getting all those reps in with all those champions. I just feel like it has transitioned him in like being a completely different fighter. And like I said, as much as I want JDM to win, because I think that he would be a great champion for the welterweight division, I think that he will create some new life in the UFC. And I do think that JDM will one day be champion. I just don't think that his time is now. I think that JDM is gonna get a lot of experience, fighting someone like Belal because Belal is a very good fighter. As much as people don't want to give him credit for it, you know, I don't even want him to win. I seriously don't even want Belal Muhammad to win. I really don't. I would freaking lie. I would be lying to you guys if I told y'all that I thought that JDM was gonna win. Like for real, I think that keeping it 100 and keeping it a buck is very important. As much as I want JDM to win, I just don't think that he's ready. I literally don't think that. I think that his boxing, is the one thing that he's good at, but can he find that opportunity, to land a heavy blow on Belal Muhammad, which is what he's gonna need in order to win. Is like look for a knockout because Belal Muhammad, even when he's hurt, he could always resort to grappling. He could always resort with just going for a takedown and buying some time to recover. Belal Muhammad isn't a scrub on the striking either. I mean, against Leon Edwards, he looked good. He looked good in the striking. So it's all gonna be on whether or not JDM does find the opportunity. In my opinion, I just feel like that's a dice throw. That's a big gamble. I just think that the safer pick, and I think that the person that has the most likelihood of winning this fight is Belal Muhammad because of his base and because of his meta strengths, which is grappling and wrestling. I did find this other little video of Belal Muhammad whenever he is rolling around with the D1 wrestler. Let's go ahead and watch this. Took his back. Belal Muhammad trying to look for a reversal again. Again, gets him off him. I mean, just solid decision making by Belal. Belal just doesn't stop. He doesn't start. He doesn't stop looking for positions. Granted, he is the bigger dude here. I mean, we do have some more footage of Belal Muhammad here, but I just want everybody to notice that Belal Muhammad, he does train in a way where he's always looking to try to fight or try to exchange by the fence. And you can tell because a lot of his rounds seem to be suspiciously by the wall, at his training gym, which in my opinion, is the positions that he's looked for is trying to work by the fence because I think and I believe that AKA or the gym wherever he's training at, they do have a certain fighting style to where they use defense to try to win. And I don't know if Jack Della Maddalena is prepared for that. I don't know if he trains to be competing by the fence. But if he isn't, I feel like he's at a significant disadvantage. And Belal Muhammad is not a fighter that likes to stop. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those reasons, I do think that Belal Muhammad is going to get a good victory over JDM, and I don't think that I don't think it's going to be close. I think that, in my honest opinion, Belal Muhammad wins this fight off a decision, but I think that he wins each and every single round. I mean, if he's able to control the fight that I think probably does. I mean, I just don't see how JDM wins the fight unless JDM does hurt Belal Muhammad early. And I feel like that's going to be the biggest, most important segment of this entire fight is the first 15 minutes, the first 3 rounds for JDM. If JDM is able to find some success hurting Belal Muhammad in the first round, specifically, first 2 rounds, then it's gonna be really, really good. But he has to crack JD. He has to crack Bilal Muhammad, make him bleed. Just show something, to the judges that he's significantly hurting him. And I think that JDM probably beats Muhammad if he's able to crack him within the first round. But if Bilal is noticeably dominating in the first, I just don't see how he loses momentum, in my honest opinion. Again, I want JDM to win. I do think that JDM bringing life into the welterweight division is needed, especially if he becomes champion. I just don't think that he's ready yet. I think that JDM will, like I said, gain a lot of experience fighting someone like Belal, but I just don't see him winning, if I'm being honest. But let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. Who are you guys rooting for? Who are you guys pretty much picking to win this fight? If you guys agree or disagree with anything that I say in this video, subscribe to the channel. As always, is a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.